Blackburn Rovers return to championship action with a feat against them bags from them down the road. Paul Cock and his Wigan Atheltic. Get out of it, you That's right, folks, back once again with another match review, this time taking a look back at, of course, the shambles that was Rovers' defeat to Wigan Atheltic at the DW, and we'll get to that in just a second. If you're new to the channel, smash the old subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things fudging Blackburn Rovers, fudging Blackburn Championship, and we got it all here, babies, under fudging one roof. That's right. Goodness gracious me, what a shambles. From 1 week ago, we were looking absolutely on top of the world, like we were sailing into that top six, and today it all comes crashing back down to reality as we could not get anything. Could go get nothing from a desolate DW, and Wigan picking up the victory to pretty much vanquish any relegation fears that they had. So, let's get into it then and take a little look, of course, of the stats, the numbers that really matter. 2-0 in the end. Wigan coming on top. 2 late goals. The first on the 80th minute. Bit of a messy, scrappy thing, which could be said. The same could be said for last week's one and only goal that was conceded against Bristol City. A bag of bones, big bag of bones, messy thing. There's some, conversations you could say that perhaps maybe the goalkeeper got fouled. I've not seen the replay. Don't really want to see the replay, to be honest with you. Evans. Lee Evans, not the comedian, but the footballer. Yeah, well, you know who's a comedian? Flipping our defence. That's right. An area that needs to be proved. I do love Elliot Bennett, but really, is he our best option at left back? Many times today. And Rabayo, they were just too, away with the fairies, if I'm completely honest with you. They looked a little bit clueless. Definitely Bennett. We are clutching at straws at left back. I know there might be some contract stipulations, but why on earth aren't we playing Charlie Mulgrew at left back? He used to play there as a youngster. He might not be the fittest, and he might not be able to buzz up and down that left hand side as you would want him to, as an Amari Bell would do, or maybe even a Derek Williams. But to be honest with you, why are we playing such a right-sided player who, I love him at right back. He can do an okay job at right back, and you can put him in many other spots. But to be honest with you, it was not meant to be for him at the back there. And I'm not saying he was at fault, but that was one of the many issues for me today. The lineup, of course, no Corey Evans. It's been revealed since the final whistle that Corey Evans may have busted a toe, and he could be out for the rest of the season. So that's not great, because he was an absolute stellar last time out, and he was like a new signing. Really, it showed us what we need. And of course, what's going to happen with him now at the end of the season? He's going to still be here anyway. So Lee Evans, not the comedian, like I said, got the goal scored, the first goal, and then Jacobs, of course, ran away with it in the end to put a cheer on top for Wigan as they celebrated in front of the mighty DW, which was completely desolate, of course. Possession-wise, we dominated possession, 55.4%. They had 44.6%. We also had better successes with our passing. They had more shots, 13 to our 12. They had more dribbles. They won more aerial duels as well, which is surprising. We had more corners, but we did absolutely piss all with those corners. So. Shambles. Okay, let's take a look at the teams then. Let's break it all down in a little bit more detail, shall you? So, of course, this was the hosts. Marshall between sticks. Robertson, he's a quality left back. Should be in Serie A right now for a flipping glitch in his transfer. Kipre, Fox, and Byrne at right back. He looked pretty solid, and to be honest with you, that back four did an okay. Morsey, there he is, Chief Shithouse man. Of course, he's like, you either love him or you hate him. And of course, I don't like him, but if he was wearing a blue and white shirt, I'd love him, because he does just that. Good leader, good example, and of course he takes no shit from nobody, and he got the upper hand today again. Williams and Pilkington low on the left, more on the right. I don't know, Dow down the middle, something like that. It probably wasn't like that, but to be honest with you, that was the boys. Let's look at the Rovers shambles. One between sticks, Bennett at left back, Andrew Rabayo, Lenihan, and Nyambi at the right back. Rothwell, Downing, and Travis made up a 3-man midfield. Brereton, Gallagher, and Holtby up top. Usually. Or last week, this team, mostly this team did very, very well. Today, were absolutely toothless, clueless. I fancied my chances today. I really did. I thought we would take it by the scruff of the neck and get ourselves into the thick of things, realistically. And it's not the end of the world. We'll look at the table and all that in a minute, but It is the Championship. Things do happen like this. Anyone could beat anybody. And it's been made apparent today with some of the other results, of course. Luton beating Swansea. Preston can't get a result. Cardiff are just looking phenomenal right now. So anyway, that was the team. This is my starting lineup. I mean, my ratings. Yep, I'm being harsh. Walton got a 3. 4 for Bennett. I might be a bit generous there. Tossing by a 5. Lennon with a 5. Naomi with a 7. Who got my man of the match. It was good to see him back. Of course, it was, it was Bennett right back last time. And he did okay job last week. But today Naomi came in and he looked good, and I was very happy to see him there. Rothwell with a 4. Dull. I don't think that role suits him down on the ground. He needs to be pushed further forward and create chances. I think maybe Holtby would have been better in that spot, to be honest with you. Travis with a 5. He only had maybe 55 minutes, something like that. Brereton with a 4. Gallagher with a 3. And Holtby with a 4. And to be honest with you, now I'm being generous. I'm being generous on a lot of these numbers here. It was very clueless. I don't really remember any decent opportunities. I think the best opportunity came with a Samuel header substitute. Yeah, that was probably our best bet. Free kicks, so 2 free kicks, 1 Rothwell. It was okay, but no real nothing to get too excited about. Downing had another one as well. Didn't really make the keeper sweat, to be honest with you. These are some more stats and figures for you. We have more touches, 606 to their 518. We have more passes, 421 to their 340. And down the bottom there, you can see where all the shots that were on target. We had 3 on target, 5 off target. Same could be said for Wigan, but of course they put the ball in the back of the net. Something that we failed to do as well. If you hate Matt Man just like me, this is the situation of the table. A sea of green for Rovers, which is all said and good. A couple of hot spots there for Wigan. And what does this tell you? We had a lot of the ball. We had a lot of the ball, but to be honest, we failed to take any real advantage with the possession. Despite having more possession than Wigan, we failed to take advantage of it and use it to our advantage. So absolute shit, garbage. I don't really know what to say about it. What do you have to say about it, Tony Mowbray? Here's the gaffer shortly after the final whistle, courtesy of a Zoom chat.
Well, I don't think there was anything in the game. I think it was a game we would have expected, a tight football match. I think we controlled the second half of the game. I think, and yet find a way to lose the game. I think it was a tight game. We know about Wigan. We know each other pretty well. I don't think there was any surprises for anybody. Listen, they won the game 2-0 is the score. We can't argue about it. And yet I felt as if anybody was going to win second half, we were probably the dominant team second half and probing, and yet not enough efforts at goal. Not enough threat ultimately, and we paid for it.
In terms of the first goal, it was always going to be a crucial one, wasn't it, in a game so tight? It's a really scruffy one, isn't it?
The lack of game management, I think. I just told him there. I think I can't understand. Footballers have to make decisions, and why are we playing in our own 6-yard box? And Danny Graham's just come on the pitch. He was probably the best using his body in the league. Play off the front and let's play in their half of the pitch. I don't understand really, but there you go. It's footballers. It's frustrating. Now, Chris thinks he was fouled. I haven't seen it back. I will watch it back at some stage. Thought he got clattered. And I don't know because I haven't seen it. So I'm not sitting here saying, "Oh, it was a definite foul. What's going on?" But I saw a goal last weekend where we scored. What to me, watching it back, looked a perfectly good goal. So maybe this one, when I watch it back, will be a perfectly good goal. The difference, of course, this one didn't get ruled out, and last week's did. I don't want to get drawn into them discussions. The referee was this, the referee was that. At the end of the day, the team didn't score. We can't win if we don't score. I'm not sure they ultimately deserved to score or looked like they were going to score, but they did. We sort of handed them it, really, I think. But that's football. We have to accept it. Well done to Wigan, and let's move on.
And no Evans in the squad today, or Rankin Costello, Tony. Are they problems that will rule them out for a while, or could they be with you Tuesday?
Oh, well, Rankin Costello's hamstring, I don't know hamstrings. Is it 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 1 week? God knows. He'll wake up one morning, he'll say, "Oh, it feels all right today." It's the diagnosis is that he's probably going to be 2 or 3 weeks, which as I'm saying to him, that's 5 games, 2 or 3 weeks. And Corey has fractured his big toe in last weekend's game. He felt a bit sore through the week, but after X-ray, and he's got a fractured big toe, and that will keep him out for a considerable time, I think.
That's an enormous blow for you from how well he played and came back last week, isn't it?
It's an enormous blow for Corey, first and foremost, I'd have to say. For our team, I think he's a very, important player for us when Corey's at his best, and on top of his game, he's a very, very good player in this level of football, and so is he a big loss for us? Yes. Can bring intensity and crispness to the recovering the ball back off the opposition, and his simplistic passing helps our team. But I've just said on to our TV, I can't sit in front of the cameras and moan about injuries. Every manager's going to suffer them over the next 4 weeks. We have to get on with it, try and pick a team for the next game, and if we can get 3 points at Barnsley, it won't feel so bad. It's still lots to play for, but it hurts at the moment because we saw this as a real opportunity. We know Wigan are a good team. We know they're top of the form, second top in the form leagues. If you know, there's only one game gone, but they won that last week away from home pretty convincingly. And but we still felt we could come here and get the points. And so we're left frustrated. Well done to them, and we'll move on to Tuesday night.
Meanwhile, elsewhere in the old Championship, it's been a busy old weekend so far. Brentford did beat West Brom. They look very good as well. Brentford looking good and moseying in on those top 2 spots as well. Preston, they failed to beat Cardiff. They did manage to get the ball in the back of the net. 3-1 defeat to Cardiff. Swansea did lose to Luton. They had a man sent off as well. So it just goes to show everybody's scrapping for everything. Charlton even picked up a win as well. So a 1-0 win over QPR. Barnsley and Millwall duked out to a 0-0 draw. That's our next opponents. Derby taking on Reading. They won 2-1 as well. Wayne Rooney on the score sheet. Stoke lost at home to Neil Warnock's boys, Middlesbrough. 2-0 comfortable. He does it. He does what he says on the tin, does Warnock. He gets your results. I don't know about the football. I think he's usually pretty decent. And to be honest with me, he could have been Rovers manager. Do I want him as Rovers manager? No, I'm happy with Mowbray. But today was just one of them shit days. And Hull can't buy a win despite being 2-0 up. I think they were even 3-2 up at one stage, but they couldn't hold on. Birmingham 3, Hull 3. Of course, the shithouse result of the day was 2-0 Wigan today. We don't want to talk about it too much. Leeds, they of course smashed Fulham 3-0 to put any hoodoo behind them and move forward. This is the situation in the table. Leeds currently sit top of the table, 3 points clear of West Brom, who are, what are they? 5 points clear of Brentford. Fulham are dropping back a little bit to fourth spot with 64 points. Nottingham Forest got a game in hand. They're on 61. A defeat for them, and then it's wide open for everybody. Cardiff are the bigger movers this weekend into the top 6. Preston drop out. Derby are up there now, and they are in the hunt. I'm going to have to do another race for the top 6 sort of video this week to see just who's got what left. Derby climbing up to 8th. Rovers down to 9th. Swansea 10th. Millwall dropping points. Bristol City have a game in hand, and they can go as high as 7th as well tomorrow to get themselves right back into it. QPR probably out of it, so I still think it's within the top 12 to get themselves back into the playoffs. It's going to change probably 8 more times before the end of the season because there's 8 more games left. Is there 8 more games? Yeah, it's about 8 more games. 8 or 9 more games, whatever it is. Is it 8 more games? It's 7 more games. It's going to probably change 7 more times before the end of the season. But as long as we are, within touching distance come the last day of the season, and maybe, just maybe, we can surprise. Down the bottom, though, Barnsley, Luton gaining points this past few match days. Huddersfield have got a monster game on their hand tomorrow. Who are they taking on? They are taking on Nottingham Forest. So big result for either of them. Forest could maybe leapfrog Fulham into 4th, and Huddersfield can get themselves out of the drop zone and send Hull back into it. But yeah, as it stands, you just don't know at the bottom of the table. Still, anyone from possibly, Wigan, they're probably all right and safe. Charlton probably getting close, but it's still only 5 points between Wigan and Huddersfield in 22nd. And if Luton and Barnsley continue to pick up results, it could even get more nasty. Take a look at what's ahead in the Championship. Tomorrow, Bristol City have a chance to get themselves back into it. Sheffield Wednesday are just, where are they in the table? They're just in no man's land. Sheffield Wednesday, Reading, QPR, Birmingham, they just seem to be meh at the moment. And then, of course, Forest against Huddersfield. Into midweek, we got Millwall against Swansea, Barnsley against Blackburn Rovers. That's the game of the weekend. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. That's good to know that. Reading against Brentford, QPR against Fulham, Cardiff against Charlton, Leeds against Luton. Wigan take on Stoke in a relegation 6 points. Stoke need to win, and if they do, then Wigan are right back into it. Preston against Derby on Wednesday, Brum against Huddersfield, Forest against Bristol City, Sheffield Wednesday against West Brom, and then on Thursday's Hull against Middlesbrough, another relegation 6-pointer. So you've heard a little bit what I've had to say. You've heard what the gaffers had to say. What do you guys say on the old social media? Well, Rovers Indexer, Index Rover, said, let's be honest, Rovers aren't even close to being ready to go up. If we can't beat crap like Wigan, we get slaughtered in the Premier League, and most likely that would include a spanking by the Dingles as well, which frankly I'm not sure I can handle. Meanwhile, Sean Fox, aka Rover American, said, crap, really, really poor, naive. Too many players not good enough to be challenging for promotion. Wigan away is never fun for us, but too many of these instances this season where we've got an opportunity to make the progress on the playoffs and we shit the bed. Meanwhile, talk of Ewa said, on positive, Brereton looked very bright again today. That's all. Rovers chat, though, he said, what a poor afternoon. Rovers didn't deserve anything from that. No creativity going forward and sluggish on the ball. All about Tuesday now. Got to come home and get those 3 points and make a statement. Do that and we'll be right back in the push. Again, Rovers tweet said, whenever we get a slither of a chance, we fudge it right up. That's right. And Becky said all season I'd be happy finishing 10th, so I'm not going into meltdown after that frustrating loss. See you again old Tuesday. Meanwhile, Pog Mansfield, aka the Pogs to 87, said, bloody terrible. Need to start Armstrong, Graham on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Northern Rovers says, poor today. I just don't have any cutting edge going forward and too many mistakes at the back. Wigan deserved the 3 points. They did, but don't say it too loud. So many times under Mowbray, as soon as they create an opening, Rovers conspire to shut it down almost immediately. That's brfcs.com. Make sure you go to the forum for some more global gossip out there and some very vocal opinions on there. I should really do some more of those. Although this group of players and manager lack the winning mentality to get promoted. Every time the playoffs are in sight, we put the white flag up. That's at Citizen F93, aka Fred. I'm going to pause on that one. Every chance we get a sniff of the playoffs. We've only been in this division twice under Mowbray with a full season. This is the second full season in the Championship. Last season we were never going to be in the playoffs. This season we're doing better than expected. And to be honest with you, to be us in the conversation right now, I think it's a credit to Mowbray. Yes, it's frustrating to lose to those shitbags down the road, and yes, it's frustrating to be not in the in the top 6. Do we deserve it? To be honest with you, were we all expecting it? No. But what I can say, the frustration wise, is that I think, to be so close and to fall, yeah, it's going to hurt, but we can't, realistically, we were never conspiring to be top 6. And I'm not ruling it out. It still could happen. And if it does, holy smokes, would people be moaning if we failed in the playoffs? To be honest with you, that's one thing. Getting to the playoffs is one thing, and then failing in the playoffs, that's going to hurt as well, guys. It's going to hurt no matter what. Imagine getting so close, getting to the playoff final and losing. Would you be celebrating that? Probably not. You wouldn't be celebrating that. And I think American Rover or someone else said it. We don't deserve it. We don't deserve it right now. We don't deserve, playoffs. It's the championship. Anyone can get in that playoffs. But you got to be ready. You got to deserve it. I think at the end of the day. And right now we don't deserve it. Who knows what's going to happen in 7 games' time? Will we deserve it? We'll get on a nice little run. Cardiff look very good at the moment, and they've come out of nowhere. And they deserve to be where they are, which is in the playoffs. Meanwhile, Sam Brink says, shithousery from Wigan. Not over yet. We go again Tuesday. Indeed. The one and only Deuce, friend of the channel, of course. That's it. Let's put football back on hold. This is dreadful. What the fudge was that, Rovers? Into the final stretch here. Gazmo 1980 says, games like that happen. Last week, playoffs nailed on. This week, we're the worst team to ever wear short shirts and boots. Neither is true. 7 to go from 4 from the playoffs onwards to Barnsley. Meanwhile, Natasha Morton said, what is that with Rovers so bloody close? Then they fudge it up. What's with 5 subs and stopping and starting for water breaks? Getting too much like rugby or netball. Chris Martin said, are we out of the playoffs? No. Plenty of football yet to be played. Put on paper, those are the games you should be winning if you want to get there. And we haven't done that. It's yet another missed opportunity, and that's been the story of the season. Meanwhile, Russell John Adams, aka Barman Russell, said, supported our lineup versus Bristol City today. Was a joke. Armstrong needs to be starting. On to the next one. And Kevin Gallagher, of course, Premier League winning striker for Blackburn Rovers. Poor performance as we blow our chance to close the gap on the top 6. That is true. But what else is true is the fact that, to be honest with you, yes, it sucks. It hurts. It really does hurt. I thought we were nailed on for a win today. But on the horizon, the Rovers do have some monster games, and those are the games that are probably going to matter. The ones against, I think we've got Millwall, I think we've got Cardiff. Those games with the teams battling for playoffs, taking points off those. That's what really matters. And to see other teams slipping up as well, seeing Swansea slip up, see Preston slip up against a playoff rival as well. Those, as long as teams, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy getting into that playoffs. And to be honest with you, I think if we can get ourselves back into the thick of things and into the shape against Barnsley midweek, and then we can build ourselves for a couple of home games against some big boys, against Leeds and West Brom, and really show, because Leeds can turn it on one day and they can be shit the next, just like West Brom. West Brom look a bit ropey at the moment. They look a bit leggy, look a bit lagged. Brentford had them stretched to buggery on Friday, and they just didn't look into it. And that's the sort of, hopefully we can have Armstrong starting to cause some problems from the get-go, have Brereton and Gallagher with pace as well. And then, of course, maybe have a couple of decent options from the bench. But ultimately, yes, it hurts. We lost against them. Of course, the nasty pieces of work down the road, Wigan, and it hurts because I don't like Paul Cock, I don't like Sam Morsey, and I don't like Wigan to be honest with you. But hey, it happens. They're scrapping for their lives to try and get 3 points on the board. They're in a very good bit of form, so it was always going to be tough for us to be. I would have done backflips myself if we would have won today, but we didn't. So just dust ourselves down, move on to the next one. From here on in, I think the games are like 2 a week. It's going to be a busy old match day. Every 3 days at most, there'll be a game for Rovers. So there won't be too much to sit down and swallow those bitter pills, because we've got to get ourselves ready for the next one. And Barnsley are also scrapping. Anyway, that's it, boys. Be sure to give this video some love. Smash that thumbs up. Smash subscribe as well. And also check out the description. Links to my social media platforms are in there. Twitter, Facebook, of course, Patreon if you want to support the channel in another way. That's the way to do it. For as little as a buck a month, you can support the channel and put a smile on my face, and we'd be best buds for life. Anyway, until then though, I'll see you all tomorrow. We'll be doing a preview for the Barnsley game with all that kind of jazz. And until then, let's get a good night's sleep. Stay safe out there. Ciao for now. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.